Hey guys, how's it going? So today I just wanted to have a chat to you about what focus means to me. On my journey over the last while, it's been quite. I'm actually quite. I'm so blessed. I'm really the change or the transformation in my mind and in my body and in my the way I do my whole dynamic has absolutely been really transformational. It's been a game changer in my whole life. I wish I'd discovered these principles and these strategies earlier on in my life when I was in my mid 20s. I was seeking for this. I've been seeking for this ability to be engaged and be wholly focused and have a mindset that is, you know, absolutely strong most of my life. And you probably can relate to the fact that it's hard, it's tough to be engaged all the time. There's so many things that are working against us. But for me, focus has been to understand or learn this whole mechanics and the science behind it and how to hack into my biology to improve focus so that I can be more engaged and live a much more fulfilled life. It's been very transformational, and I'm quite blessed and honored to be able to share this stuff with you guys, and to be able to help more people make these transformations in their lives. And all the people that we've been helping, all of the clients, it's so inspiring to see the transformations and the changes that they're making in their life. Now, um, you know, one of the most studied aspects of neurobiology is this idea of attention, focus. How can we increase our productivity or our effectiveness in this world? And it's an important aspect because focus is such an important part of our lives. If we're not engaged, if we're not producing at the best, we're wasting time, we're wasting life. And it's a sad thing when that happens, right? But I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Maybe you have, some people haven't. But there's a moment, right? There's these moments where you become fully engaged, right? Your whole world seems to be just at a slowdown. You're focused, you're engaged on this thing or this journey that you're on, and nothing can prevent you. I experience that quite frequently now because I understand how this concept and this principle works. But hyper focus or getting into the zone, and some people call it flow, is fundamental game changer in anybody's life when they understand how to manage this or hack this in their system. Our system our biology is really just a machine, and that machine needs work. It needs servicing. It needs, it drives on a machine, and that machine can go faster or slower, and it can take a bit of sometimes, boosting to make it go faster. But I want you to think about this for a moment, right? Imagine traveling up a hill in your car, and your car is sluggish. You're in the highest gear. You're pushing hard. You're flooring it, and the car is just slowing down because it's going up this hill, right? And most of us are like this. We're engaged and we're aiming for bigger, better things, but this hill, there's a lot of resistance forces working against us. Now imagine you're driving up that hill, and you want to accelerate, you want to move forward, you want to go faster. What is the thing that we typically do? If you're operating a manual or a stick gear vehicle, the first thing to do would be to gear down, right? Gearing down is the fundamental principle that we work with to helping people move forward faster. So you gear down, you rev it up, your revs increase, your power increases, your momentum forward increases, and you challenge the hill a lot faster. So the act of slowing down helps you move forward faster up that hill. And that's really what we try and teach and help people through our process in focus. Now we're fighting an uphill battle, and it's quite extraordinary that there is a war against us, and it's we're pretty fucked because this war is quite intense. It's relentless, and it's coming in from every direction, and it's getting worse. And as each year passes, more and more people are getting affected, and it's causing an epidemic of global proportions, and it's really causing a lot of pain. You've got corporations, right? You've got big corporations now understanding the importance of the value of focus and getting employees engaged, being part of the job, and learning how to keep them focused on the job at hand. We got algorithms working against us, right? Algorithms that are designed to draw us in and hold us there for as long as it possibly can, right? Our attention has become the most valuable thing on this planet. Billions and dollars, billions and billions and billions of dollars are being spent on the aspect of gaining your attention. And it's a crazy war, right? Convenience stores, convenience foods, fast food, all of that is absorbing our attention. Marketing, our colleagues at work, around us, people around us are biting for our attention, oftentimes, causing interruption. Our friends, a piece of our pie, they want to hang out with us, they want to be part of the process, they want to do things with us, right? Our boss wants our attention, and he wants our attention extremely, and he's highly motivated to get that attention, right? Our customers, if we have businesses, they want our attention. They're on high demand quite often, right? Our family, and sometimes emergencies, right? These things are always drawing at us, and so it becomes a struggle. Like we're in a deep hole, and if we don't learn how to manage our attention, if we don't know how to get on top of this, it's going to cause more and more affliction, more and more pain for many people, right? There's a lot of root causes of inflammation, stress, disease from all of this lack of attention, and it's becoming a very serious problem. And the fundamental part of understanding focus, the key concept or aspect of being in control of your mind, of your biology, is really to start putting together and putting in place priorities, right? Your priorities are quintessential to you being able to have a fulfilled life, right? Your priorities set the stage for your focus. And when you're prioritizing effectively, when you're putting the right things in place to prioritize what's important in your life, right? You can take your game to a new level, because now you have direction, you have a purpose that you're working towards. But it already starts with priorities, understanding what those priorities are and how you can work towards making those happen in your life, right? Is it family? Is it health? Is it, early retirement? Is it, having the life that you want? What are your priorities? What are you aiming to get? And what are you going to do to make that happen, right? So important. So few people have their priorities in order. They have mixed up or wrong priorities. They're aiming for the wrong things, and they end up putting the wrong things in place to focus on that leads them down paths of destruction. And it's sad. I see that a lot. And we as human beings need to start realizing that if we don't take control of our biology, if we're not in tune with being able to concentrate and focus more, creating a state of hyper-focus, we're going to be wasting more time and more life, right? Because overwhelm is very destructive. These forces that are working against us, they suck us dry of our energy and our motivation and our willingness to move forward and live a better life, right? Because we oftentimes just don't know what to do because there's just so much going on. And it's not our fault. It's because this war that's against us is causing all this conflict in our heads and in our lives. And so many people don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to put it into perspective, and they don't know how to create the outcome so that they can make this, put the pieces in place so that they can make their lives way more smoother and feel good about the things that they're doing. So many people get to this point where they're giving up on this war. This war is just beating them down and they're burnt out. It's shit. This is the worst feeling, and I've experienced this. It's such a freaking painful experience when you get to a point of burnout. You're trying to be creative, or you're trying to think of things, you're trying to do stuff, you're trying to be productive, but you just can't. And this feeling of depression, this feeling of overwhelm and stressed outness, and it can lead you down a very sad path. And it's hard to break out of this cycle when you get into a state of being burnt out. It's so important to prioritize. It's so important to have a clear focus and a clear goal. It's so important to protect yourself from things like burnout, right? Because these are real devastating effects that many people are facing. I've faced this, and it's hard to break out of burnout when you reach that point, right? And we've been working on our processes for a long time to develop and create outcomes so that people can protect themselves, to create a stronger mind so that they can go out and challenge this world and be more effective. And you guys, you've been around with us for a while now, you understand that this core concept is critically important, right? There's 9 pieces of your puzzle to create the strong mindset that you need to challenge this world. If any one of these pieces is missing, it breaks the whole cart moving forward, right? If one wheel is missing, the whole cart doesn't move. So it's important to understand these fundamentals, right? And we need these pieces of the puzzle to build strength and stability and happiness so we can live a fulfilled life. We need to have drive. We need to have a place where we're heading to, and we need to know how to get to that place, right? Understanding what is your true north and what are the steps you're going to do to make that happen, and sticking with those, right? Creating an accountability process to help you stay on path. Most people have these big goals, and then they lose interest, or they lose focus and end up chasing shiny objects or go down paths that are rabbit holes, and they end up getting depressed or deflated because they keep doing this over and over and over again. It's important to create a system that's going to help you keep going and going and going. Clarity, one of the most important things, right? Our system called Mindfuck creates clarity. You need clarity. You need to have daily clarity. You need to have weekly clarity. You need to have clarity all the time, because when your brain is foggy, when you can't manage the workload, or you can't manage that overwhelm, it leaves you in a very devastating place, right? So handling and being able to manage all of that is important. Next thing you need, inner strength. You need that brain power. You need to be able to keep on keeping on no matter what. That inner strength is a critical component to having a strong mindset, right? The next level up is energy. You need energy. Your brain consumes a lot of energy, and especially when you're in hyper-focus mode, you're going to be utilizing a lot of energy, and you need to build that energy. And energy is something you need to have not just for the morning. You want to have energy right through the day. You want to get to the end of the day and feel good about your day, that you're not worn out, deflated, tired, drowsy, all those things that are so debilitating, and have a full day every day, over and over and over again, right? That is a good life. Resilience, right? Kinetics creates resilience. You need resilience. You need to be able to weather the storms. You need to be able to get up and keep going. It's important. If you can't have resilience, if you don't have a system for resilience in your body, in your mind, in everything that you do, you're going to keep crumbling. You're going to keep falling down. You're going to keep starting all over again and going around in circles, right? So really important. The next level up is recovery. So important. So many people don't understand the importance of this component of recovering in cycles, micro recoveries and macro recoveries. These recoveries happen consistently, right? Whether you're doing exercise, whether you're sleeping, whether you're working, whether you're doing something, there are these times consistently through cycles where you have to be engaged in recovery. And the more actively engaged you are in recovery and understanding the process, the least likely you're going to be to ever burning out. It's probably near impossible to burn out when you follow our recovery principles. And they're strong, they're solid, and they work really, really well. Next thing, you have to learn how to be effective, right? You have to understand that you've got to create a place of fortitude, a castle around you that protects you, and that you can be the most effective you can possibly be for your family, in your life, in your work, in your business, in everything. Means engineering a construct that works really well for you in your environment so that you can punch forward every day, right? All of us understand the importance of being on our game in this day and age, right? Upgrading yourself, using technology, using pharmacology is a big part of who we are these days, right? The world of pharmacology, psychology, and neurobiology has advanced so fast over the last while, And understanding what works and what doesn't work, what's safe and effective to help you boost your performance is critical. And taking this component and leveling up is a key part of being highly effective, highly engaged, highly productive, and on top of your game and feeling good every single day, right? And then finally, the next level up is mastery. And mastery is so important because here's the thing. Being effective or being on your game is not just for a week. It's not just for a month. It's not just for 6 months. It's for the rest of your life. If you want to live longer, if you want to be more effective, you want to accomplish more goals, you want to be more successful, you have to master your mind. You have to master this component of your biology that runs your life, right? And to master your mind means mastering everything else in the system, means mastering your biology, right? And each one of these steps works to build on top of the other to create an outcome that gives you the most benefit and the most effectiveness in your daily life, right? It's a systematized approach to creating the best outcome, to getting you into peak performance mode. Hyper focus is the best, most exhilarating experience if you can experience it consistently. You feel happier, you're on your game. Time, it becomes irrelevant because you're getting so much more done. And you can produce a lot more and feel good about it, and you're not putting as much effort into it, and it's just an amazing, incredible feeling. So that's how you build a fulfilled life, right? And why does this matter? Because at the end of the day, you want to have a life that means something, right? We all do. We're aiming for these moments of ecstasy where we can in just feel like we're accomplishing things and feel like we're getting things done, right? And being focused, hyper-focused, right, is incredible because you're being in the moment, not just at work, not just in your business, but in your family's life, your children's life, the people that love you the most. You can be more engaged. It's a super amazing feeling when you understand, you feel that moment where you're talking to somebody who you love and you're actually in that moment. You're not thinking about work. You're not thinking about something else. You're not thinking about an argument that you had or thinking about the next thing to say. You're actually engaged, and it's very powerful. Very few people really experience that, and you should be doing that, right? You get to accomplish more. You get to feel more accomplished in everything that you do because those things are happening. You're moving towards a goal, and you're feeling so much more confident. Your happiness increases exponentially, right? When you're accomplishing more things, when you're seeing the results of what your focus is producing, it just brings up that happiness. It's a natural effect. You're feeling good about it. Not only the neurochemistry that you've bolstered and boosted through our process, but by just the fact that you're getting more things done amplifies this happiness, and it's a really great experience, right? Your physical performance goes through the roof. It's quite incredible when you follow the process, when you have your mind engaged, when your biology is functioning or firing at its best, you are performing mentally and physically at your best. It's just really awesome, right? You're making smarter decisions. You can feel that when it happens, right? The decision-making process is quick, it's clear, it's decisive, and you feel good about those decisions because your mind is clear, right? You have these better problem-solving experiences, right? Oftentimes, especially if you're in a creative position and you've got to come up with ideas, when you know how to draw on that hyper-focus mode, the creativity, the problem-solving, the solutions you bring to it, and the stuff that you can create from this is quite extraordinary. You've got such incredible forces and power inside of you that your biology can release so that you can create and produce at levels higher than you've ever been able to do that before. You have this sense of heightened alertness, which is really cool. You sense things, you see things around you more clearly, you feel more engaged and alive in this world, which is such an exhilarating experience when you really perceive that, when you see that and you feel that, right? And ultimately, what all of us are looking for is a life that's more fulfilled, right? Being able to do things and feel like you're actually doing something of value. You feel like you're getting somewhere. You feel like you're accomplishing more things, right? There's nothing better in this world than to feel fulfilled about what you're doing. That's why I'm so grateful for what I get to do every day to help people. I see the experiences, I see how people are changing, and it's really an amazing experience for me. So I love this. I love to teach people. I love to help people. I want you to understand that these principles that we talk about, these 9 principles or these 9 systems, are key to having a life that you really want, right? We do a lot of research in our business to really deeply understand the power of focus and what's necessary for attention. And these are the components that build and layer on top of each other, scientifically backed, that give people the best outcome, right? There's nothing else that works as well as effectively as stacking these components on top of each other. Because when you have these pieces of the puzzle, like drive, clarity, power, energy, resilience, recovery, effectiveness, performance, and mastery, you are unstoppable. You are literally unstoppable. And that's what we love to bring to people who come and join us. So we're going to be doing some more training around this, and each week we'll be going deeper and deeper into these core concepts to helping you break and unlock the power of focus or hyper focus, and giving you the ability to live more of a fulfilled life. So if you haven't yet joined us in the dojo, right, you can join and sign up to join us in the dojo, where you can get accountability. We help you formulate a result, a process, a step-by-step formula just for you, a roadmap just for you, so that you can excel in this. We have accountability, we have loads of training, we have catch-ups, meetups, all kinds of stuff where you can be engaged and learn to excel and master the art of hyper-focus, right? Anyway, have a good one. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.